Hey, True Believers, Englentine here with another episode of Comic Book Origins. It's April 1st, and while we normally take a look at any comic book superhero, villain, or team, here we are going to be taking a look at Marvel's most powerful hero, the Forbush Man. Happy April 1st. Alrighty. Actually, I'm not the one that decided this. This was Jim Sorensen. Thank you very much for the commission here. And, okay, so the thing is I'm watching this, right? I'm checking, I'm looking up some stuff about Forbush Man, and I'm like, wow, okay. What are we going to be doing here? Let's see. First appearance of Forbush Man. Okay, yeah, not Brand X. I knew that. Right. Okay, but wait a second. He actually made an appearance as a guy named Irving Forbush before he became Forbush Man, and I think we should take a look at that. On second thought, no. His first appearance as the Forbush Man, though, is not Brand X, #1. And we see on the, I always like to talk about the covers. We have Dr. Doom reeling as well as the Fantastic Four and Silver Surfer and what looks like Paste Pot Pete. Just pointing that out right in the corner. There's Paste Pot Pete saying, Marvel unleashed it at last. What a revolting development. It's absurd. It's insane. It's the Forbush Man. Absolutely the funniest, most satirical humor I ever read or wrote, says Stan Lee. Funny. That's just what I was going to say, says Roy Thomas. It's a rip-roaring riot. I almost smiled once or twice, says Gary Friedrich. Inside joke. They said it couldn't be done, so we didn't do it, says Saul Brodsky. And we do get a bit of a splash page here with Brand X, founded by Irving Forbush, hosted by his Aunt Petunia. Petunia. Dang it, I'm ruining the jokes. Smiling Stan Lee, editor, it's his baby. Jolly Solly Brodsky, it's his responsibility. Rascally Roy Thomas, it's his pencils. Groovy Gary Friedrich, it's his fault. Covered by Jack King Kirby, it's his birthday. And any resemblance to anything at all is just a lucky break. There's something you don't understand. Be grateful. If you dig it, you're in trouble. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. First of all, I'm not going to read every one of these bad puns, and holy Toledo, this book is filled with bad puns. That seems to be the crux of Stan Lee's humor for this book, at least the first issue. This whole Not Brand X takes apart all of the tropes and such that appeared in Marvel Comics. Irving Forbush, by the way, is an employee of Marvel Comics, obviously Marvel, and you get that all throughout. Oh my gosh. The inevitable girl instead of invisible girl, that kind of thing. Bim instead of Ben. It's, yeah. So anyway, he's supposed to be based on an old colleague of Stan Lee's, and there you go. Forbush Man, according to Marvel Comics, alternate universes, is a native of 665 as opposed to the regular 616. In the book here, I'm reading it, and I realized one thing, and I thought this was really interesting. He's not here. This is his first appearance. He only appears on the cover. I thought, okay. And here I was thinking, wait a second, guys. Wait a second. Jim Sorensen, did you know this? You're the one that commissioned this video. Did you know that here is a character on April 1st, which I thought it would be funny that I'm going to be doing this, and I was just going to play it as a practical joke by putting it out on at midnight on April 2nd. But I thought, wow, this could be a joke on me, because here's a comic book origin that literally does not have the character that has been commissioned. So what do? Do I go off and read? No, I'm not going through this entire thing because it's ridiculous and bad. Oh my gosh, this book is bad. Not bad in a God, I wish it was burning in a fire bad. Just imagine the worst dad jokes you ever read. This book is filled with them. This is all about 1960s dad jokes. If you can get a copy, I can't imagine you can get anything better. This is the ultimate cheese. It's the ultimate in horrible, but it's so good in the way it does it. I am very happy to have read this book. I'm very glad that Jim Sorensen commissioned it, man. This is awesome. I don't know if you did this on purpose to me, and I understand that this isn't really an origin video for the fact that he's not here. He's not in his first appearance. As a matter of fact, if we were going to talk about his first appearance, well, we would get a Not Brand X, but it's not in issue number 1. We're going to have to go on over to issue number 5. To which I got to tell you, it is a bit more of a cluttered kind of cover here, although I do kind of dig it. You know, you got introducing the one and the only, the unmitigated Forbush man, which, of course, he was introduced on the cover of issue number 1. And he's looking around saying nothing happens around here. And as we could see, it's a big peace and quiet issue. That's what it's being touted as. Sure. Okay, let's move on. And we do get a splash page. We see that basically it's a whole bunch of just the chapters. We're going to be talking about the Thung versus the Bulk. Remember, I told you that's the kind of humor this book has. The Revengers versus Charlie America. That took place. This was during the Vietnam War. Just saying. And then, of course, we're going to get the origin of the Forbush man. 2 gags I do like. The 12-cent coin slot and the warning that says continued and prolonged reading of this magazine may be injurious to our competitors. And finally, the real splash page, the origin of the Forbush man, the way out wonder conceived and created and cluttered up by Stan the Man Lee and Jack King Kirby. Eerie embellishments by Tom Sutton and ludicrous lettering by Artie Simek. And we see the Daredevils. He's absurd. Spider-Man's yelling. He's insane. He's Forbush man. And Mary Poppins lives. There you go. Alrighty. That is kind of weird. Alrighty. And we do have Aunt May in the corner saying that he's adorable. But you know she's about to have a heart attack. So what do you want to do? Who is this fearless fighting fanatic, this friendly neighborhood non-entity in the frantic fright helmet, who alone and unaided was the one to capture the hideous Mr. Hide-and-Seek? And then, while breathless world watched and waited, who put the kibosh on the crafty Cobra? No, no, no. He is not any of the people you might logically suspect. Of course, right here we see what looks like Woody Allen, JFK. I guess that's Ronald Reagan. Sorry, JFK would be dead at this point. Dr. Doom and Santa Claus. He's none other than the pixelated pride of Marbledom, the man of the hour, the mess of the minute, the one, the only, the unmitigated Forbush man. Available for weddings. But how did he get that way? Oh, we thought you'd never ask. For the agonizing answer, let's visit the hidden room in the world-famous Marble Bullpen. Yep, you guessed it. Honest Irv does all the jobs at Mighty Marble that nobody else will do or has time to do, and like, you know, everything. Things to do till the doctor comes. Let's see, now I gotta get some new magic stuff for Dr. Derange, a beard shampoo for Schmoden, and a bladeless razor for Sergeant Furious. And I do like the thing where it says junk scratched out and it says antiques. Hey, Fearless Iron Man needs some spare parts. Okay, coming right up. Now, also, if you notice, they always keep Irving Forbush's face covered. Louder, Forby, baby. We got to come up with some new sound effects before press time. Blap. Okay, so he's being hit in the head. But sooner or later, even Honest Irv finishes a day's work, and then he pursues his favorite, in fact, his only hobby. Hey, Scorchy, wait up. How's about an autograph? Some other time, pal. I can't stop now. Smokey the Bear's after me. Oh, okay, and there's a Ghost Rider. My gosh, these jokes are bad. I can't do this, guys. I don't know if I could do this. These jokes are horribly bad. My goodness. So, anyway, we see him as he's watching, just walk around as more heroes come in and out of the offices at the end. Ah, there's Slick Silver. He's a real sweetie. He won't turn me down. Hold it, sir. It is I, Irving Forbush. Please, do I tell you my troubles? And he's running over a guy that says, love, not liverwurst. I don't even get that one. So Forbush man goes home, lamenting the fact that he's nothing but a lovable loser, and he says, hey, I could be a superhero. Why not? I've already got a loving aunt just like Spidey-Man. And his aunt asks him, when you gonna get a raise, you lowlife? I can't, Annie dear, not till they start paying me a salary. Excuses, always excuses. If you'd get your mind off those Verschluggener superheroes, maybe you'd amount to something like your Uncle Benny. He's only at his job for 6 months, and already the warden made him a trustee, but you're a disgrace to Forbushdom. Oh my gosh, they wrote a joke I liked. So Forbush's aunt asks him to do, or tells him to do dishes, and he laments the fact that he can't, no matter how I scrub, I can't get a white tornado. I'll bet a superhero could do these dishes. And the ant pours a pot of spaghetti over his head. Superheroes, superheroes, all superhero you bird brain. And then as lovable Aunt Mayhem returns to her gentle knitting, the most cataclysmic idea in all of comicdom is born. This pot, it's just what I've been looking for. It's a perfect fit. And it's so stylish with a narrow brim. And now, believer, prepare thyself for true wonderment. It is about to begin. Alone at last in his secret lab, in comics everyone has a secret lab, Forbush faces front, and then, first I'll cut out some eye holes, then I'll create a colorful costume to strike fear into the hearts of arch-fiends, supervillains, and head waiters. With a nice woolen outfit like this, I'll have nothing to fear except moths. I don't happen to have any boots around, but these galoshes all ought to do the trick. Then just a few little touches and the world will meet Forbush Man. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Ah, this stuff itches. Now the first thing I have to do is find someone to fight. Pardon me, sir, have you seen any good villains around lately? And a man who looks strangely like the Mole Man says, how'd you like a fat lip, wise guy? I think you're trying to tell me something. So he looks into the newspapers to find out what kind of villain is on the loose. It says Spider-Man leads protest march against DDT. Okay, cute, funny. And then, of course, while he's looking in the paper for a villain, everybody's running away. Help! Save us! The Juggernaut is coming! This is interesting. There's been a rise in parking meter violations. And we do indeed see the Juggernaut break through a wall and head towards a Forbush Man who's still reading the paper saying, first landing on moon, it is made of green cheese. And a guy who seems to be in one of the windows of the building he's running through. It's him, the deadly Juggernaut. No. What do you mean, no? You should have said it is he, the Juggernaut. So the Juggernaut notices the Forbush Man thinking he's a superhero, decides, I've got to kill him. Why not? And he leaps forward towards him, but Forbush Man bends down to fix his boot in time for the Juggernaut to slam his head into a bus station sign. And just to check to make sure his boots are okay, Forbush Man says, I'll leap over this cement. I don't know why, but the Juggernaut leaps forward and ends up falling into a big old vat of cement and with a whole bunch of, oh, for goodness sake. And it says, welcome to the woebegone world of Marble. And we see all of the heroes, including whatever they're calling the Watcher in this particular thing, saying, hey, great, you defeated the Juggernaut and all single-handedly. And they start chasing after him for an autograph the same way he was looking for autographs at the beginning of his story. And we see, and now you will learn the answer to the greatest question in comicdom. Why has no one ever seen the famous Forbush face? No one must ever know who Forbush is. If they find me, they're sure to mob me, and a little fella could get hurt that way. Thus, Forbush Man is destined to remain only a name to lift men's spirits, to inflame men's hearts, to write on washroom walls. But now back to Juggernaut as he is towed to the nearest police precinct. Never again I dare to face the awesome might of Forbush Man. All right, says the cops. Break it up. Ain't you never seen a supervillain stuck in a slab of cement before? But no sooner does the underworld learn of Forbush Man's towering triumph than a new problem arises. Chief, the bad guys, they're surrendering in droves. None of them want to face... Let me try that again. None of them want to face the power of Forbush Man, him who defeated the Juggernaut so easy. But our jail is packed. There's no more room. There's no place to put them. Lock the door. Turn off the lights. Don't let anyone else in. We can't stop them, Chief. They're afraid to be on the outside where Forbush Man could get at them. Forbush Man, don't mention that name to me. Everything was okay till he came along, and we see all the villains are running to the police station, which is kind of silly because isn't that where... Never mind. Anyway. Meanwhile, has all the fame and pride and... let me try that again. Meanwhile, has all this fame and glory affected the private life of our frantic neighborhood Forbush Man? Ah, so you're in bed early for a chance, you no goodnik, says Granny Mayhem. Take out the garbage when you wake up. That's all you're good for. But warm-hearted, doting Aunt Mayhem might not be as tender and sympathetic if she knew her gentle, loving words were falling upon the deaf ears of a specifically prepared dummy. To think a schlemiel like that is my own nephew. Yuck. And even as you read those wondrous words, somewhere in the city, Forbush man faces front. Get off of my roof, you bum, says what looks like Dr. Strange? Okay. More when we get around to it. If you can take it, we can. So there you go, gang. That's the very first comic book appearance and origin story of the Forbush man. How was it? It was all right. I mean, like I said, the book is bad. It is just filled with dad jokes, but it's not bad in a horrible way. You know, it's entertaining. It's enjoyable. It's that kind of, oh my gosh, because let's face it, that's what dad jokes are. I mean, we all say, oh, that's so bad, I hate that, but we all kind of say it with a smile because it's entertaining and it's fun, and that's what this book was. And I could see why people liked it, and it did last a few issues. And Forbush man has been around for quite a while, so what are you going to say? What are you going to do about him? At one point, I do believe they gave him the power cosmic, which I think he should just have. You know, and don't bring him into continuity ever. Not real continuity anyway. That would be my guess anyway. So, anywho, once again, thank you very much to Jim Sorensen for commissioning this one. This was a lot of fun, and happy April Fool's Day.